On the adult side of it, we put out last year 10 women's teams on Saturday, league hockey, 7 men's teams, and on Sundays, the juniors have filled it up to 26. I think one week we put 28 teams out. I mean, there's probably about 800 playing members there from age 5. I think our oldest player is 73.
This episode is supported by a proper local clinic just outside of Bishop Stortford. Most people don't wake up planning to see a chiropractor. It's the stiff neck that won't ease, the bad back that's killing your sleep, or that pain that suddenly makes work and family life harder. Takely Chiropractic help people get out of pain and, even more importantly, stay out of pain. They don't rush you. They take time to understand you and make you feel better. They want to understand what you want to get back to doing, whether that's work, sport, or just spending time with your family. They're a local team, highly qualified, and recently they won an award for outstanding patient care. Have a look at takelychiropractic.co.uk and see what they're all about.
Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders, and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Richard Temple. Richard, great to have you on the show.
Hi, great to be here.
Richard, for those of us who don't know you yet, who are you and what do you do here in Bishop Stortford?
Okay, my name is Richard Temple, also aka DT. I'm a vice president at Bishop Stortford Hockey Club, coach, umpire, and occasional player as well. And I've been playing at the club for over 22 years.
Wow. Why only occasional, Richard? You sound...
Just don't have time and got a little bit old.
Fair enough. So how long's the hockey club been going for, Richard? Do you know?
It's actually celebrated its 100th anniversary on the ladies section last year. So it's actually completed 100 seasons of ladies hockey. The men's side of it has been going on for 75 years, and they merged in the 90s to become one entity. But yeah, there's a big tradition of hockey in the town.
Fantastic. And whereabouts are you in town?
We're based at Hearts and Essex Sports Centre on Beldham's Lane. That's our primary pitch, but we've had a second pitch at Hockerell College since the mid-90s.
And how many teams do you put out?
Well, I mean, on the adult side of it, we put out last year 10 women's teams on Saturday, league hockey, 7 men's teams, and on Sundays, the juniors have filled it up to 26. I think one week we put 28 teams out. I mean, there's probably about 800 playing members there from age 5. I think our oldest player is 73, and that's someone who's actually an England master as well.
Oh,
so we'll come on to that. Yeah. It's one of the beauties of the sport is you can play right up till, I mean, there's even an England over 80s team, so there's hope for me yet still. But there are, there's age group hockey from 16s, 18s, right the way up to 50 plus, 60 plus, and even 80 plus, and that's why it's an extraordinary sport.
Yeah. That must be one of the biggest participatory sports in the town, do you think?
Probably, in terms of participation. I mean, I think England Hockey came to us and said we were their top 10th largest club in the country. We were a bit surprised by that. And obviously there's been a lot of growth. When Great Britain women won the gold in 2016, there was a big interest in the sport. Obviously there's a big tradition in the town, but that really amplified publicity for the sport. We've got a lot of ways, a lot of people joining. Plus, we do a little bit of schools outreach run, not as much as we'd like to, but we chose to build a pitch with Hearts and Essex and Hockerell because it helps us grow the game. And we had some great offers from Bishop Stortford College. They were really interesting offers, but I think we felt to grow the game further, we needed to be within Hockerell and Hearts and Essex.
That's incredible. So if I hadn't played hockey before, what kind of age is best for me to start?
Well, if you're a junior, we tend to start them at under 8, so we say sort of 5 and 6. But the good news, and it's quite timely, over the summer we run a back to hockey program for lapsed hockey players, right, but also for people who may not have tried it before. And that runs on Sunday throughout the summer holidays. Well, actually, it's starting June right the way through to August. And we've had all sorts of people. I love footballers. Turning footballers into hockey players is great, so easy. But we've had people who come from other sports, netball. One of our players, he's now a coach, came from Aussie rules football.
Ooh.
So it's an invasion sport. So
yeah,
there's a lot of synergies with other sports. But if you're someone, let's say football or rugby, where masters or veterans, as we used to call it in old money, that sort of tends to, die out at 30, 40. Then, I mean, even if you're 50 or 60, it's still worth looking at and worth considering playing again.
Yeah. I remember I was playing rugby and my wife said to me just that I couldn't play it anymore because I took a bash to the head.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. You could still, do hockey a bit later on because it's not as,
the physicality of rugby is I mean, that's why I switched in my 20s. And I grew up playing rugby, but I switched because I just see more longevity as you get older.
So lapsed players. So is that people that have, played at school, haven't given it a go before, for them to come along and...
I mean, we've been running bat hockey since 2012, and when the London Olympics came along, it seemed like a good time to do it, and there's a lot of interest in the sport. But generally speaking, we've had people who haven't played, I think the longest one was 30 years. And it turned out, this lady turned out she'd actually had played for England students, but just hadn't picked up a stick. I mean, just life got in the way, and I think job, family, and then she said, "Oh, quite fancy playing again." And I remember saying to this lady, I said, "When was the last time you played?" And I thought, "Yeah, you look quite useful." She goes, "Oh, I haven't played for 30 years." I said, "Who did you used to play for?" She said, "England." I went, No, seriously, who did you used to play for?" And she said, "No, England. The last time I played was England under 16s." So that's the longest gap I've seen. But we get new starters as well from other sports, and that's also good as well, because if you understand the principles of time and space, you can play any invasion sport.
Yeah, I suppose with that kind of thing, life happens, doesn't it?
100%.
Gets in the way, and then if you can step back on and start playing again.
I think that's the other thing that people find quite interesting compared to. I mean, look, we've got a lot of great sports clubs in the town, and I know some have been on the show. But the one thing unique to hockey is you get a lot of parents playing the same teams as their kids. So you are defined as an adult at the age of 13, and over the years, there's nothing better than a mum or dad playing with their son or daughter in the same team and playing meaningful league hockey. I think that's a really, really good thing to do.
This episode is being supported by one of my businesses, a brilliant local business called Stortbox. If you've ever moved house, you'll know the pain of hunting for cardboard boxes, building them, taping them up, and then figuring out what to do with them afterwards. Stortbox makes moving simpler with strong, reusable moving crates delivered straight to your door and collected when you're finished. Less stress, less waste, and a much easier move. It's a local business helping local people move smarter. So have a look at Stortbox in the show notes below and see if it can make your next move a little bit easier. Okay, back to the episode. And do you have you mentioned that you're a coach. I'm guessing you've got a legion of coaches to work with so many people.
For sure. The volunteers, I mean, again, most sports clubs in the town can't run without the volunteers, but we've got a legion of umpires. Obviously, it's hard getting people to umpire. We've got 40 qualified umpires. You've got about 30 qualified coaches and a lot of parent coaches as well. So it's a proper family affair as well.
Yeah, I bet it is. And is it something that I don't know hockey as well as other sports, but is it something you play all year round?
Well, it's the main season, the league season, September through to Easter, roughly.
Right.
And that's Saturday league hockey for the adults, and then Sundays is all the junior stuff. We enter summer leagues. We enter 2 teams into summer leagues outside of in the ladies section outside of town. But the men's and women's section run their own summer leagues on Wednesdays and Thursday night at the Hearts Essex Sports Centre. You say it's not an all year round. It shouldn't be, but it kind of ends up being so. Plus, there's loads of summer academies for the juniors, and then we get guests like Evo Hockey who come up and do camps over the summer as well to really hone skills.
And how about the teams? How are we doing? In the
well,
leagues?
I mean, I think so. The men's section have had a good period of time in the last 5 years. Got up to the East Prem, held their status there. Got relegated sadly last year. The women's section a couple of years ago got to the National League for the first time in their history, but they're certainly top 3, top 4 in the East Premier League. So that side of it is going well. The men's over 35s won a national knockout cup last season. The women's got they lost out to Slough 2-1 last month, and then the juniors, we kind of have an expectation that our juniors at the top level should be qualified for regional and national competitions. At the flip side, you've got, I mean, my age group by coaching the under 12 girls, I've got 6 teams I run out, and that's people who are county players through to people who haven't played a lot of hockey and just doing it for fun and having a nice time. So there is something for everybody there.
The great thing for me looking at hockey is, you got the elite level that you seem to be, bouncing around. There's also that because of the not as physical nature of it, that you can keep playing at all ages, and also, as you say, kids and adults.
Absolutely, I think that's the plus against the rugby or even football. You don't really see it in netball either. Parents playing the same team as their kids, so it is unique to hockey. And I think the social nature of the club is quite unique compared to other sports as well.
Yeah, well, if you haven't been there, there's the clubhouse, isn't there? Looking out over the pitch, with the bar. Fantastic.
I think it's one of the best facilities in the east of England. We're very lucky. That was obviously money raised by the club, and then matched when Hearts and Essex got some Section 106 money when they built that centre. So the partnership with Hearts and Essex is really important to us, and also, they weren't really playing hockey as a school, and now we've got them starting to play, and they're starting to do quite well. They're starting to, place in tournaments, and they've been 2 years running at the National State Schools Sevens. They've been runners up, so they're doing well. They're doing well.
Yeah, that's good. One of the things that amazes me is Bishop Stortford, little town outside of London. We've got this incredible sports facility here, incredible club, huge numbers there, and as you're saying, like top 10 participatory in the country for the sport. More people should be shouting about it.
I think obviously I'm a hockey man, but I mean the sports clubs in this town are unreal. They're all vastly above where they should be. If you think about the size of the town, and I know you had Yvonne on the show a couple of weeks ago talking about the let's make it the town of culture 2028. Well, if we did that, let's have a massive sports festival as well. You've got so many good clubs here, and if you think about in the ancient Greek times, these stuff cultural festivals were tied up to sports festivals. Let's bring that back.
Yeah, what a great show. Yeah, in the first Olympics, wasn't there also like people painting and doing sculpture?
That's right. Yeah,
as well as doing the running. Yeah,
that's right.
Lots.
Well, we should bring that back. I mean, we should partner up, because if we just did if we do get it, we partner up and let football, rugby, netball, handball, judo, hockey, we get together and we have an open weekend and let everybody have a go.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing. The more that I'm doing the podcast, the more different clubs that I speak to, there's such a swell of that kind of art side and sports side. Yeah. That makes the town what it is, and it makes it relatively unique.
I mean, you're not wrong there. We've got our own Chairman's Blues band, which is all players, and then they play every year. There's always an event every year they play, and then the other band is called Not Five. So yeah, I mean that artsy side of it. There's a bit, it's really important to the sports clubs.
It goes hand in hand. That's fantastic. So if people are interested in coming along to watch, coming and get involved, if they haven't played for a few years and they've lapsed and they want to try it out, where do they need to go online to do this?
So our website is stortfordhockey.co.uk, although we're on Facebook and Instagram, got a reasonable presence on there. But if you want to email for more, email info@stortfordhockey.co.
We'll link to that, and also a link to the socials as well.
Yep.
So if anybody online wants to follow along, they can just look in the show notes and they can check those out, Richard.
Right.
That's easy. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing all of that.
No,
are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions now?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, awesome. This episode is supported by the Bishop Stortford Community Newsletter. There's so much happening in town, it's hard to keep up. New businesses opening, community events, local stories, and opportunities for all of us to get involved and make Bishop Stortford a great place to live. That's why we created a free weekly newsletter that brings together the best of Bishop Stortford in one place. There's no endless scrolling of hunting through Facebook groups, just the stories, events, and local updates that matter. If you'd like to stay connected to what's happening in Bishop Stortford, sign up using the link in the show notes. Okay, back to the episode. These are 3 super fast questions that we ask every guest that comes onto the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. First question. If you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say and who needs to hear it the most?
I would say, stop the cynicism, appreciate Stortford. That would be the message. And the reason I say that is, and I don't know if you probably saw it over this weekend, there's been, stories, national press stories saying that Stortford, Expedia says that it's the hot destination this summer to go. Who knew? But as soon as it goes on social media, you get people piling on, the Facebook community groups piling on saying what a dreadful place it is. Don't get me started on Nextdoor. I don't know if you're on Nextdoor, but that's even worse. Come on, be better. This is a great place to live. I think we can all agree the traffic is a little bit of a problem, but everything else, it's a great place to live. It really is. I've been here for 23 years. It's a fantastic place to live.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the town, and the more and more I speak to different people that are investing in it with their time and their effort into the community, it just shows what a fantastic place it is. And get no cynicism, no negativity. We're all working through things and struggling through things to try and make the town better. And I know the councillors are trying to do their best as well. But the more that there's enough good people out there pulling together that make it a good spot. But great message, Richard. Thanks for that. I'm sure Jackson Square will be happy to have that at the front as well. Question 2: where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
I mean, so again, we're blessed with that, and I mean, my local is the Cock Inn on Hockerell, but they're okay. They're doing well, but the place I think is really good, and they've had to do a very big capital outlay, and I know they've been on the show, is the Bailey Hills Vineyard. It's a great walk out there. It's a really good walk out there, but they've got something really, really special going on there. And I really wish them well, because the cost of setting up a vineyard must be extraordinary.
Yeah, it feels a bit otherworldly when you're out there. I think, and I always, it's not quite a double take, but you think, we've got a vineyard in Bishop Stortford, and the building there is great. The view, it's fantastic. If you haven't been out there, get out there. Yeah.
I mean, one of the owners, I think Eloise, has been to our VATS hockey session, so I remember her from that. So, but I don't know that well or anything. But it is special when you go out there.
It really is. That's a great shout out. We'll tag them. They're big friends of the show, so we'll hopefully, next time you're there, you'll get an extra large glass of the fizz. Who knows?
Great.
Last question: who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
Again, you probably had them on the show for the last episodes. I mean, we've got great clubs. I think we have got good local politicians as well. But the person I probably want to give the shout out, who probably doesn't get the credit they're due, is Paul Winspear from the Stortford Indy. He's been very supportive for us at the club. But also, if you look at, he came from the Hearts of Essex Observer, and that was quashed by Trinity Mirror, and then became part of the ILIF organisation to set up again. And he's really committed. He does the awards as well, and he really puts spotlights in the right places in the town, but also gives critical scrutiny when it's due as well. I think he's a great man.
Yeah. I think he's one of those people that you think of when you think of Bishop Stortford. That he's out there in the community. He's reporting, as you say, giving a critical eye, not just me, like jazz hands in about stuff, and and he does care about what's going on. Paul, come on the podcast.
Yes,
come on. We want to have a chat with you. Most definitely. That's a great shout out, Richard. Thank you so much for that. Where's your social media handles, Richard, so people can follow along with the hockey club?
If you search on Stortford Hockey, you'll see us on Facebook and Instagram. We're not on any other channel yet, but we probably should be.
Okay, well, I'm sure people will be able to find it. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to support the show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple or Spotify, and then share it on your socials or with someone in town who you think should hear about it. And if you've got someone special that you think that we should be featuring on the show, someone that's investing in the community, that's running a club, running a project to invest to make Bishop Stortford a better place to live, drop their name in the comments below and I can reach out to them and invite them on the podcast. Again, Richard, thank you so much for joining us on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.